Good evening, all. Welcome to 2021 Holiday Mingle. Zizo and I will be your hosts for this evening. As we can see, it's been a long 2021, but at least 7 of us have survived to this point, so that's good. We appreciate you all being here tonight. So here is our 2021 board. All but one are rolling into 2022 to continue their service, and we're excited for what is upcoming. You got anything on the board, Zizo?
Yeah, it's been interesting. 2021 was a very bumpy ride for a lot of us, especially in the L&D field. When we started off the year, we lost a couple of board members. I think we lost about 5 people, but luckily enough, we were able to, through our Volunteers drive, we were able to regain 6 more people. So we kind of broke even there. So we're glad we have, people stepping up, to volunteer and help out. And hopefully we're looking forward to transitioning into the new year with more programming and a lot more events, which we'll share today with you guys.
Yeah, it's a good, motivated board.
All right, so again, like I mentioned earlier, it's been a bumpy ride for us, especially in the L&D field. Even at work, everyone recognizes that because right now I work, with North Island Consulting, and we have this big project with Advent Health. We're training about 80,000 people, so it's a lot of work. So we are kind of like the heroes, even though I don't see why they look at us that way, because our clinicians are the heroes, especially with what they've been going through in the last year and a half. But again, as a chapter, we've struggled with keeping membership. Our membership numbers have dipped. And of course, that's as a consequence of, the impact COVID, the pandemic had on, people in the workplace. But, as we got to the end of the year, we kind of stabilized. And we just want to use this opportunity to say thank you to our members, to our past volunteers. Renee has been very helpful to us, and I know she keeps tabs with whatever we want. Whenever we reach out to you guys, they're always forthcoming. Something I remember is, we had even considered closing shop. In July, we actually sent out the word to the chapter that, should we consider closing shop or should we remain? And what I love about our membership is everybody stepped up. You guys came out and resoundingly said, no, we should keep the doors open. And, that as a consequence of that campaign, we actually got 4 new members who volunteered to the board. So we want to just use this opportunity to appreciate our membership. We really appreciate you, and we hope that as we transition to the new year, 2022 will bring, more prosperity for us all and, get the chapter back to where we want to be. All right, so enough said about that. We'll go ahead and move on. We had hoped to do our virtual facilitator showdown, which has become the signature of our chapter. Unfortunately, we do not have anyone signed up. I was going to volunteer Janine to actually do that. I was just joking with that right here, but unfortunately, we'll just skip this part of the events tonight because we didn't have anyone sign up for it. All right.
Hopefully next year we're all doing it in person again.
Some more people that will be bold enough to sign up, for the facilitator showdown. All right, so this brings us to our first fun activity that we have lined up for tonight. Now, as we close 2021 and as part of Employee Learning Week, we wanted to take some time to kind of reflect individually on our roles as talent development professionals. A lot of us have stayed curious and have stayed, kept tabs with trends in the industry, and we've used all this information and data to, make innovations in our workplaces. So we want to hear from you what you've done throughout the year that has stood out, and, we'll just do a round robin and, go around the room. So I'll hand it off to Scott, who will kind of lead us through this activity. Scott?
Sure. I'll kick it off. I've had definitely a weird 2021. Started on a military deployment, came back with a baby, but was able to get back to my training position and it was fun getting back and doing some virtual classes via WebEx. Not as good as in person, but really doing classes for the first time in a year and a half and connecting with employees and seeing how engaged and excited they were. That's probably my biggest win. Not too many classes taught, but the ones that did happen, the learners were super engaged, super positive. So I'm excited to see what that leads to moving forward.
One big thing you left out, the CPTD. I thought you got it this year.
No, I got that in 2020.
Okay, 2020. Okay. All right,
I
cool.
think, yeah, 2020.
Well, thank you so much for that, Scott. Who wants to go next?
I could go next since I'm kind of, at least on my screen, I'm right next to Scott. It's funny you should, bring this up because I think back a year ago and I was back running production lines because of COVID, where my boss said, hey, we're short a supervisor and, everything's kind of weird. So do you mind going and doing that? He said, oh, and by the way, when we hired you, that was supposed to be you were supposed to be like the backup supervisor in case we needed one.
Right.
So it was kind of, can you do this, but you don't really have a choice. So fortunately though, so back in, I think April, May timeframe, I transitioned back to my training role. So that's been really good. Not only that, but new boss. So with a new boss comes new vision, new ideas and things like that. And it's been really good for me. So kind of allow me to do a lot of different things. Was supportive of some training software that we purchased, which allowed us to create video training content. So because of that, I've had to teach myself Premiere Pro, which was new to me. And first couple of weeks were kind of scary, but I was able to kind of figure it out. So it's been exciting that way, and some of the other endeavors that we're working on. And then this summer, early fall, joining the board here and trying some new things out here too. So been really an exciting year for me on the training side. I'm excited for next year also. Yeah.
All right, so who wants to go next?
I'll go, Zizo. You want me to go?
Go ahead. Yeah.
So I think it's been an interesting year of reflection because I started off the year, both Zizo and I did, working in a training capacity as a training manager in higher education. And then we were let go so that we would turn that training over to the leadership team to do all that training. But it's been really positive because I was able to align myself with one of the segments within the same organization. And doing that, it's been really positive because they've utilized my facilitation and my development skills as part of my existing role. So even though I went from a leadership role to an hourly position, I have the best of all worlds because I have more balance in my life, but I'm able to work with all of our new onboarding for all of our new employees, in addition to some of the strategy that we're doing as we continue to grow the organization. So it's been really nice, I would say, on a positive note, to be able to take that time to really lessen my hours per se, but yet be involved with this board and such. And I'm really excited for what 2022 can offer and beyond.
Awesome.
Hopefully keep that balance.
Right. All right. Well, I'll go next. Just like, Janine mentioned, we were both impacted by, the COVID-19 pandemic, and there was downsizing within our, division at Kaplan Higher Education Corporation. So luckily, Janine was able to, remain with the organization. I chose to, step away and, try something different. And it took me a while, but, with the networking, and it's just incredible the support I got, within the chapter, because I was out of work, I believe, for about 7 months. But, I kept plugged in, I was engaged, I was networking. And, from the chapter, 2 people approached me for this current position. And at the time, there were 2 organizations that I had narrowed down my choices to, and I'm glad I went with North Island. Because our former director of membership, Carlene Sterling, actually, gave her words to the hiring manager at North Island, and they reached out to me, and within 2 days I was hired, which is kind of weird, but I'm very thankful for that opportunity. And so I came in as an independent consultant with North Island, and we're working on a project for Advent Health. It's a 2-year contract, and hopefully, it might renew at the end of it, but, we're really pretty we're a strong team. We have about 35 trainers, and we're working with a very large number of people, about 60,000 currently. Training them on, I'm not sure if anyone's familiar with the Chronos time management system. That's what we're training on. And it's been interesting because it gives me another perspective. I've never done healthcare before. So it's exposing me to, that industry and getting a different type of training under my belt. So technical training is what I'm doing. And it's been interesting. We're right now in the middle of, the labs portion of our training, and it's been interesting. We wake up very early, 6:30 in the morning, and by 4:30 we're done. So it's been, a bumpy ride, but, I'm glad that it, all panned out at the end of the day. So that's it from my end. Who wants to go next?
So I'll read off Monique. She put it in the chat because her toddler's still having a moment. She said this is a big year for her because she made the decision to transition from student services within higher education into L&D. A highlight of her last role in higher ed was working on a committee to create the first academic advisor professional development conference where 150 staff attended.
Wow.
Though she left the institution, it was great to lay the groundwork for future conferences. And I'm excited she's going to be using that higher ed connection in our director of college relations role. So we're excited to have you here, Monique.
Yes, same here. Good. All right, cool. Who else wants to go next?
I guess I could go.
All right, go for it, Monique.
I can't believe we're entering into 2 years of the pandemic.
Yeah.
One good thing is it kind of forced me to finally go 100% remote, which was the plan for many of our positions. So we were kind of in a good place to get those 1,600 people working from home. But
Wow.
a lot of them are back now. I work for a not-for-profit. So 2021 was pretty busy with the first half, just leading our organization through our 4-year reaccreditation. We had our first ever virtual review, which was a joy, let me tell you. And and then since July 1, I've been in my new role over research, training, and accreditation. So they kind of took out all my favorite parts of my old job and put it into one new position. And so I'm doing a lot more again with the training. Of course, a lot of work has been around converting instructor-led training into e-learning or virtual. And I had the opportunity to work with on a national curriculum where we did just that. We turned all of the live activities and created virtual alternatives. So developing lots of curriculum and also getting ready to launch a new profit center, a learning center that's going to be web-based online, where we will be providing training to other providers, other service providers, and hopefully I will meet my budget projections for that. So wish me luck. Luckily, a lot of things I've had to do this year, nobody's ever done before here at my organization. So they're pretty much happy with anything. No.
You got this, Brittany.
Yeah, I got this, right, Anita?
You got this, girl.
I just love it when nobody knows when I don't know what I'm doing. And I have to
Right.
But really, seriously, I do. Otherwise, I start getting bored. So anyway, looking forward to 2022. Glad that I now have 2 trainers. Yay! And besides my learning development specialist, and so just good things ahead. I'm just so glad that my organizations continue to make that commitment to learning and development. Anyway.
Well, congrats on the position, Renee. What does your not-for-profit, what's your organization's mission or goal?
Oh, it's Children's Home Society of Florida. And we provide services to at-risk children and families, everything from case management, behavioral health, mentoring. We have 21 community schools around the state of Florida. So that's one of my favorites right there. So we're working with the kids and families either at risk or, have had run-ins around abuse, neglect, things like that. And our mission really right now is to end foster care as we know it, because that system was not designed by people who actually have to live within the foster care system. So we have a very ambitious goal to dismantle that whole thing and do things differently. So
Wow.
anyway,
Awesome.
yeah,
That's amazing. That's awesome.
That's a lot.
thank
That's
you.
really good work.
Oh, hopefully I cut through I'm not used to giving elevator speeches anymore. But I'm happy to be reconnected. Oh, another thing I'm hoping for 2022, once I know I'm not going to, is I really do want to get back connected, helping out more. I feel terrible, but it's just been the last few years I have just been inundated, and just really didn't have any bandwidth left. But I love ATD.
Awesome. Well, Renee, thank you so much for that. We look forward to any way you can support us, even if it's on a part-time basis. We would definitely welcome it because we need all the help we can get. All right. So who wants to go next?
I'll go.
Hey, Anita, welcome.
Hi, everybody. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, all that stuff.
Anita is also a past president. So.
Yes, past president 2013 seems like forever ago.
And she's helping out as a director of certification. So
yes.
So grateful to have you, Anita.
Absolutely, thank you. And Renee, I'm with you. I love ATD. I feel that I really grew up with ATD. I started with ATD back in 1996. So that's how long I've been with the national. And then, of course, probably 20 years with Central Florida when I moved to this area. So I think for me, my individual reflection for 2021, I don't know if many of you know, but I am a CPTD. I always have to pause to say that right. CPTD. I am a CPTD. And I am so grateful for that certification. And I continue to support others to achieve that certification because I'm so passionate about it. But in my own practice, what I have done in the last 5 to 6 years is shifted into coaching through the International Coaching Federation. And so the training and the design and development that I do take on are primarily for myself to support my client work. So I'm not always in a training mode as many of you are, and I'm not always in a design mode like many of you are, but I have found my sweet spot with coaching. I love it. It is truly my passion and my purpose. And the pandemic has really brought the silver lining to coaching because I got more business during the pandemic than I ever did in the last, years before the pandemic. And I feel that companies really got to see the value that coaching brings to their individuals, especially when they can't bring everybody into a big classroom or conference room for formal training. So I've been really focused in that area and I love it. So from that point of view, I am grateful for the pandemic in terms of how that's really not just for me personally, but for us as an industry of talent development, where coaching is one of our areas of expertise. It is one of the supports. And I think that companies now are seeing the value that when you bring employees through a training program, adding the coaching component just increases their productivity. And so I'm grateful now that it's not such a hard sell, like this pulling teeth kind of thing to add that component to companies' training and development plans. So I'm grateful for that. Absolutely. And just love always supporting this team, and grateful that you all have stuck it out, and not given up. And that's what it takes, to really, you guys are running a business, it's volunteer based, but you truly are running a business, and it does take grit and passion and commitment. And I think I just want to honor each and every one of you for that.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Anita, for that. And we definitely appreciate you as well, because, whenever I reached out to you and asked you for your support, you're always there. You've been, very engaged with the chapter, even after, serving for such a long time. So, we continue to say a big thank you to you for all your support.
Absolutely. You're welcome. Always.
Anita, is there a specific niche that you coach in?
I specifically coach in the area of leadership development. So from CEOs down to first-time leaders, it is my sweet spot.
Awesome. I may have to pick your brain one day, because that's
anytime, Scott. Anytime.
You're gonna have to get in line.
And really, I want you all to know I'm always available to you for any coaching challenge or coaching support that you need for any challenge that you're experiencing. So I make myself available. I never say no to anybody. I think Rosa will be the one to attest to that, and others too. So always here for you.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, so let's keep it going. So who wants to go next? I see we still have a few people that haven't shared.
You got Heidi or Cheryl?
I'll go.
Okay.
Well, in 2019, my husband retired, and we decided that it was probably the time when we were both going to start really enjoying the fruit of our labor for years. And we spent about 3 months in Germany. We both have, I had family there. We both have German descent, and that was one of our dreams, really, to spend a longer time there. And I found a lot of great things about my family, that some of them died in the war, Second World War, etc. About my grandmother, things like that. She lived, by the way, 2 wars, and died in the 70s. But I didn't know many because she died when I was young, practically a teenager. So there were many gaps that were not filled. So I was able to do that. We came back, and then we said, well, we need to continue doing this and just start enjoying life. And COVID hit. So 2020, we say, okay, we're not going anywhere. All right. So, well, let's see with 2021. Okay. And of course, nothing has been able to, we are not there yet. So hopefully things will get better to 2022. So 2021, I definitely said, well, I want to take advantage of practically everything that I've done and really give it a twist in instructional design that I had aspired to years ago, but didn't have the credentials to do it. And thank you, by the way, Renee, because Renee was someone who really inspired me to get into instructional design. I got this certificate from UCF, a graduate certificate. I was actually say, okay, well, am I going to really get into the doctorate? Because I had already worked on my human resources and HR development master's. I already had that. But I said, no, I think really at this point in my life, I'd like to really start working with e-learning. So I did that, and I started working with short simulations, which is one of my sweet spots. Probably have more than one, and kept doing that. So I have a couple of projects that I'm now starting, and mainly I'm going to be doing simulations and branching scenarios, and also e-learning. I'm also working on my portfolio that I didn't have, and so I've been busy doing that. So it's just keeping me busy, as long as we are not traveling or anything, and well, now we have more opportunities to work remotely. So instructional design allows you for that. So that's what I'm going to keep doing.
Thank you so much, Heidi, for sharing that. And, kudos to you, taking advantage of, the time available to continue to upskill. We're definitely proud to have you helping out with membership. We need you now more than ever before, as, we all know that, Kathy will be stepping away at the end of the year. So we're really, truly grateful to have you as Director of Membership. All right, so who's left? We have Cheryl, right?
Yep, Cheryl, not to put you on the spot, but you got anything to share?
Hi guys. Okay, so my internet is acting up at home, and I got on Zoom, and it's just been one of those days. But I'm here.
No problem.
So
we can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, so I'm actually the director of, the VP of Finance. So I have no TD experience at all. All my experience is in accounting. Actually, I came on last year as a volunteer. I came on to the Volunteer Heroes, and they needed someone in the accounting area, and that's my expertise. So I've been doing that. This will be my second year, I believe, going into 2022. I love it. I love the atmosphere of TD, but like I said, I have no TD experience at all. So my goal is to just make sure the numbers are correct when it comes to our chapter.
And you're keeping us straight. I'm thankful for that.
Woohoo! I am so freaking afraid of numbers. I might have to hire you, Cheryl, for my business.
Okay. Yes, I love numbers. I've been doing accounting for probably 40 plus years, graduating with my degree in accounting, and I love numbers. So yeah. So
thank you. Oh my gosh, that was a struggle when our team was, presidency in 2013. Right. It was a struggle, but it takes somebody who really loves numbers,
I was thinking if you look at professions, I think like accounting and numbers and training are probably pretty far apart. So.
Yes, they are.
We are happy to have you, Cheryl.
Yay.
Well, thanks, guys. Happy to be here.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, that's so really well said. And thank you, everyone, for chiming in. And thank you, Cheryl. We definitely appreciate all that you're doing. And we're looking forward to even better things in 2022. All right, so we're done with the individual reflection and, lots of great ideas. I didn't hear anybody talk of Zoom fatigue, though, but I know that was a big, that was a big one for us all in 2022.
Yeah.
But I know I personally, I'm still feeling it even till this day. But again, right now,
all I could do to make the meeting.
What was that? Renee, go ahead.
It was all I could do to make this meeting because I'm so wiped out at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And it's funny. That's one of the reasons why, I was talking about this earlier with someone. We moved our programming from evenings because, if you remember 2019, a lot of our events were in the evenings. We had to move them to the lunch hour or right before lunch. And we saw that it actually helped out because we had more people attend. Because usually when you're on the computer all day, you get, to the evening time, it becomes difficult for you to get back on the computer and want to do anything. So I can definitely relate to that. But yeah, we're glad you were able to make
keep working.
It feels like that sometimes, right?
And get out of my office. So that's why if you see my screen, I'm having a hard time I'm like, I got to get out of my office and just like try to sit out in the living room or something.
Right.
Yeah, you know what? I started actually having coaching sessions on the phone instead of Zoom so that I
Okay.
could be outside walking,
Okay.
right? Be outside and moving versus sitting on my big butt. It's getting bigger.
Well, that's the good thing, but sometimes you have, you have to use documents, you have to share documents. So that's where the
Yeah,
challenge is. Again,
yeah, when you don't need that, try to find ways to get on the phone and walk
and
and
be
talk
moving.
and
Yep.
coach and train, whatever you got to do.
Well, for me, what I tried to do during this period, I started intermittent fasting. And that actually, because I started putting on weight, sitting down indoors all day, you're always eating. So I had to have a conversation with myself.
Yeah.
Look, I'm just putting on too much weight, and it's not going to be helpful for me in the long term. So that's one thing that I started doing in 2021, and it's paying off. I'm seeing I've lost, I think, about 10 pounds now, which I'm really proud
Yay.
of. So. All right, so enough on individual reflection. Thank you all for your contributions. Let's go ahead and move on. We just want to use this opportunity to appreciate our volunteers. We can't say thank you enough, but our volunteers are what really keeps the chapter going. I know we've had a bumpy ride in 2021, but again, I'm so excited because we have a lot of things that are in the pipeline for 2022. We have ICE coming up, the International Conference and Expo. Myself and Rosa were able to attend ICE in Salt Lake City this year on behalf of the chapter. We will be the managing volunteers in 2022. And right now we're seeing a lot of people actually signing up as volunteers. So if you have the intention of, taking part in ICE 2022, like it's always been done, you give a day, you get a day free. The sign up information is on the website. If you've not had the chance to visit the website yet, you intend to sign up, please go ahead and do that right away, because I believe we have the sign up sheet, but the registrations will open up, I believe, in January. More to come from National on that. So I'll just pause here.
What are the dates again for ICE?
It's May 15th through the 18th.
Oh, bummer. I'm not here. I'll be in New York then.
Okay.
Darn.
But you can join virtually. They still have the option, I believe, to have it virtual. So unless you're going to be deeply involved with the work.
Yeah, I'll be in a retreat.
Oh, okay.
From the 15th to the 21. I won't have access to anything.
No Zoom welcome.
Is
Sounds
ICE
like
going to
fun.
be virtual this year, or are they planning on it in person?
It's going to be in person, but I think they're going to open it up for people who want to do it virtually. I think I saw some communication to that effect.
So like blended.
It was blended this year, and I think the intention was to go fully in person, but I think it's still something they're pondering on. But I know
I appreciated being able to volunteer, which ended up being not any volunteering at all, but a free pass to the Learning 2021 conference.
Right.
That Brian Kingsbury was.
Yes, we all attended that.
Oh my
God!
Because
it was awesome. Initially we were volunteering to go in person, and then at the last minute they switched it to virtual, right? And then they gave us a free pass, so I really enjoyed it.
That's great. That's great.
All right, so thank you again to our volunteers. You guys are doing a phenomenal job, and we're going to have a lot more to do in 2022. So we'll all need to stay engaged. Hopefully, things will begin to unfold as we turn the corner. All right, so one more thing I just want to mention. I was hoping Kathy would be here today, but we want to, appreciate Kathy. She's the only member of the board currently that, will not be rolling over with us into 2022. She's decided to step back. So I wanted to use this opportunity to say a big thank you to Kathy. I was hoping she'd be here tonight, but unfortunately it looks like she can't make it. So if any of you gets an opportunity to connect with her, please send her a message of goodwill and appreciation, because she's done a lot for the chapter in the past couple of years. She was president in the past. I reached out to her and asked her if she could help us out with membership, and she, didn't hesitate. She jumped right in. So we want to say thank you to Kathy.
We'll let her know.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, so that's it for, the thank yous. Let's go ahead and move on. We have another fun activity coming up.
All right.
All right, so fun Christmas facts. This is an activity that we put together, myself and Scott, and we hope you'll have fun with it. We're going to be playing in Kahoot, and I'll hand it off to Scott to kind of, guide us through it. Scott?
Yeah, we're going to test some of your Christmas, Hanukkah, and Kwanzaa knowledge. So you want to go to the next slide, Zizo?
All right.
So I will share the window momentarily, but you can log in either in an internet browser or you can log in on your phone. And the game pin is going to be right there, 649-2662.
Yeah, so you can use your phone. Just type in the kahoot.it in your browser's address bar. And once you get into Kahoot, you're in the site. It'll prompt you to enter in the game pin. Once you get the game pin, it'll ask you to put in put in your name, and then you're ready. Just give us a few minutes and we'll be ready to start.
And Monique is ahead of the game. She's ready to win. She's ready. She's got the toddler. I'm sure she's on top of her Christmas knowledge.
Right.
Oh, why is it not typing in? What's going
So
on?
game pin is 649-2662.
2662.
Okay.
Zizo told me he was going to have Christmas music, but he's kind of failing me right now.
Does that mean he's going to sing for us?
Oh, you don't want to hear me sing. Sorry. Well, maybe you can let the Kahoot music sing.
I don't,
Turn it off.
I'm not seeing anything other than you're in. See your nickname on screen.
Yes, he hasn't started the game, so once he starts, it'll let us know.
Should be good.
Yeah, I was like, all right, is there something I'm supposed to push to say yes?
Nope, and then the questions will show up on my screen and you'll click the answer on yours.
So it's
So
multiple choice.
it is multiple choice.
Okay, I'm a little bit confused though, Scott. Am I engaging on my screen?
You're in, Anita. So the question will show up in the shared screen and then you'll answer on your own.
Oh, okay.
So your screen's just the answer key.
Okay.
And it looks like, all right, we got Janine and Cheryl, we got everybody. Here we go. Question number 1, holiday trivia.
Oh, stressful.
What color is the Grinch? Starting with the hard one.
Saw that last night, by the way.
I love the Grinch.
What? It's not green? Oh, it is green.
It is green, but it's on the blue box. Just messing with you.
Oh.
I was going to say incorrect. What?
Wait, is it green or not green?
I clicked green.
I clicked green too.
Oh my.
I
get it wrong?
clicked green too.
Oh, because you clicked the green box, but the answer was on the blue.
It was on mine.
You went with the
Oh.
colors. You got us there, Scott.
That is awesome.
Good, you got us. You got us. We're not
We gotta use
reading.
our own theory
The
again.
first one tricked everybody out
there.
That's what we say to the CPTDers. Don't answer the question like your company would, but like ATD would.
Yep.
Who wrote the
Wrote a
Christmas
Christmas
Carol?
Carol.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Okay, do we have a new question?
Yeah, but it goes quick, so
It popped
already
up too
missed it.
quick. I wasn't expecting it. But all right, we got some people on the scoreboard now.
Whoa.
Okay, I'm not seeing anything. I just
I didn't
see
know Monique
time's
get
up.
more points than me.
I
Anita,
should have done this on my phone.
you see the
I-
scoreboard?
Yes.
Do you get more points the faster you answer?
Yes.
No, I only get I'm in fifth place. Ooh, you missed that one. Time's up. Oh, because I didn't answer right away? Is that what it
Yes,
is?
you need to be quick.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm trying to read okay, go ahead.
All right, here we go. What holiday
Okay.
drink contains sugar, milk, and eggs?
Okay, let me go back here. Oh, damn, this thing is too fast.
And it is eggnog.
Oh my goodness, I'm the
Oh,
last
I
one.
cannot catch up.
Oh, I gotta catch up.
Monique
I'm
is
very
holding on to the
competitive
lead.
with these things.
All right, next one.
Does the question show up on the Kahoot site?
Yeah,
No.
it should show up on the
doesn't.
shared screen.
Okay.
What day does Kwanzaa begin?
Okay.
Oh, that was
I got
fast.
it right.
It went fast.
You have this set at 2 seconds probably.
It's
Wow.
10, but I think it's a fast 10.
Wow.
I am
Okay.
so slow, you guys. I'm really slow.
Me too.
I won't hold it, but
man.
Well, apparently Walt's
Walt
not.
and
He's like,
Monique
this
have all
game's
the-
easy.
I
I
think
won't hold it,
Walt
though.
and Monique are cheating. No.
Don't forget, Monique is an educator.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
that's right.
They're
Okay.
used to Kahoot.
All right, here we go. Here we go.
Okay, I'm putting my glass down. Let's see how
From
fast.
Frosty the Snowman. What brings Frosty back to life?
Oh goodness.
Oh.
Guess it quick.
Nope.
oh, incorrect. Oh, I lost points, I'm sure.
And the correct answer is Santa Claus.
I got it! I got it!
Santa Claus.
Hey, my thing says no cookies. So are there cookies if we win?
I wasn't fast enough.
Monique is back on top. But Janine's on the board.
I knew I wasn't
I'm
gonna
on
hold
board.
it.
I'm so excited, you guys. This is like I'm so happy.
All right. Next one.
I keep having to toggle. Okay, what holidays? Those?
What holiday is known as Festival of Lights?
Nope. I'm getting them all wrong.
So Anita, if you don't have your screen set up side by side, I would say set them up side by side.
Oh, how would I do that? Let's see. Let me get rid
Drag
of
one
this
to the left
tab.
side, drag one to the right.
Yeah, but I don't have two monitors. Is that what you mean?
Yes, that's what it is.
I don't have two monitors.
You can split it on your screen. If you drag one window over and one window
Yeah,
to
that's
the
what
other
I'm
side.
trying to do. Okay. All right, maybe that'll work.
Give you
Okay.
some help, get you back in here.
Yeah. All
Give
right.
Walt some competition.
Okay.
All right, here we go. What celebration was Jingle Bells originally written for?
Oh my goodness. Originally.
Oh, wrong. It says slow and steady.
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
I had no clue.
What does that have to do with Thanksgiving?
I did not know that one.
You know, I was commenting
Either.
how there's no Thanksgiving songs.
Right?
No, I guess I'm wrong.
There were.
Jingle bells.
Christmas ate it up, just like
Yeah,
it
it
does
eats everything
else.
up. Small funny thing, I got people down the well, wait.
Which female American singer sang All I Want for Christmas Is You in 1994?
We had neighbors who had a big blow up turkey who was on top of Santa Claus and said, "Not yet, big guy." Pretty funny.
Right?
All right.
Wait, I didn't get on the board with that one.
Lots of people got points on that one.
Cool.
Renee at the
Renee is
top.
still in the lead.
Woohoo!
All right. Next question. Here we go. How many reindeer pull Santa's sleigh, including Rudolph?
Oh gosh.
I'm
Oh,
going to trust the picture.
It is 9.
Oh, we're counting Rudolph?
Counting Rudolph.
I
Gotta
thought it
read
was
the whole
only when it
question,
snowed.
Paul.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Links on my tail again.
All right. Next question. Here we go. Alvin the Chipmunk wants what for Christmas?
oh gosh.
My God.
I don't remember
I'm
that.
so dating
Guessing.
myself.
Ah, shoot.
Oh, got it right. Lucky.
Oh, most people got it.
Hula hoop.
Hula hoops.
Oh,
I
he
just
wants to
remember
say
from the
hula
song.
hoop.
From the song. Oh my goodness.
Song's a classic.
I love
All
that
right,
song.
here we go. Next. It's a Wonderful Life. What did Clarence receive for accomplishing
Ah.
his mission? Ooh, he got his wings. And Renee is on fire with 6 in a row. She
Well,
said
that's
this speed is no
Christmas
problem
nut.
for
What can I
her.
say?
All right, here we go. Next question. In A Christmas Carol, Scrooge was visited by how many ghosts?
Hmm.
1, 2, 3,
Oh,
or
I think
4?
it's a trick.
Oh, wait.
Ah,
Ah,
I threw 3.
it's 4, right?
No, it is 4, yeah.
Darn
Past,
it.
present, future, and Jacob Marley.
Yeah.
Oh, I doubted myself.
Go
And
ahead.
Heidi is on the board.
Woo!
Nicely done, Heidi. Here we go. Next question. What holiday is celebrated by the Costanza family on the TV show Seinfeld?
Yes.
I know
December
this.
24th.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna guess.
That's a
Oh,
We got
great
lots of
one.
time on this one. And it is
Oh,
Festivus.
I got it right. Okay.
Festivus for the rest of us.
Yes.
Yes.
Ooh.
And
Janine is
back-
back on the board. Heidi's stay was
Yay.
short-lived.
We should have like a color commentary.
Right.
guy.
Here we go. Next question. What present did Harry Potter receive for his first Christmas at Hogwarts?
Oh,
We're diverse here. We got questions from everywhere. Disney, Universal.
I have no idea.
me either. I'm gonna go with this one.
I did
Oh.
not.
Nope.
I guessed right.
That's my
Ah,
second choice.
Invisibility.
Wow.
And Renee nailed it again. And Heidi said, Janine, get back off the board.
That's a sizable lead. she has, too.
Renee is just building on her lead. Here we go. Next question. Who wrote A Charlie Brown Christmas?
ooh.
Ooh, everybody got that one. But Janine answered faster than Heidi. Back on the board. Competitive for that 5 slot then.
Yes, yes, I love games, you guys. I love games.
All right. Next
This is
question.
keeping
Here we
me
go.
awake.
In the TV special Rudolph, what did Hermie the elf want to be?
I only watch that every single year.
Shocked that many people knew that. I had no idea. A dentist. Ooh, Zizo's moving up. And Renee has an entry to 4 again. Keeping it rolling.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna be
Damn.
downhill from here.
Here we go. Next question. What is the main ingredient in gingerbread cookies?
Oh God, I don't bake. I'm gonna guess.
Me either. And it's not what I guessed.
Yeah, I don't think. Oh, I got it wrong again.
Yeah, I should have.
It's not letting me do it.
Uh-oh.
Oh my gosh, Renee missed one.
Yeah, I kept hitting it and it wouldn't take.
Here we go.
That's my chance to catch up too.
Uh-oh, this is the beginning of the end for me.
Zizo's coming. He's only got 3,000.
That's what you said the last time, Renee. Well, you're
Yeah,
still on top.
I'm not buying it. It's trying to lull us.
Here we go. Next question. In what year was Kwanzaa created to celebrate family, culture, and heritage?
Oh man.
Oh, what year? I have no clue. I'm gonna guess again.
That was not the right answer.
Oh, I guessed correctly.
Hey.
1966. It's a very modern holiday. Walt, you missed your chance.
Yeah, oh yeah, I know. Zizo's right behind me now.
Yeah, giving you hot pursuit.
All right. Next question. What country is the poinsettia with its red and green foliage native to?
Any hints? I'm gonna guess.
No hints.
Damn.
Wow. I wouldn't have guessed
Zizo's
that.
found me now.
I would not have guessed Mexico.
I remember that from grade school. in our
Really?
Scholastic readers.
Who
As
thinks
a
I can do
built-up
better?
lead.
Oh, there it is. I lost. Oh, devastating.
Wow, Janine's on fire too. She gave everybody that slow start, and now she's coming.
Oh, I'm
Whoa,
coming,
look at
guys. I'm
her.
coming.
Walt, I put on my afterburners.
Here
Oh.
we go. Next question. What spy hides around the house, reporting back to Santa on who has been naughty and nice?
Mm.
Oh,
The elf on the shelf. Little spy. All right. Next question. Leaderboard stays the same. How many lights were on the Griswold's house in Christmas Vacation?
Oh my God.
Ah, what?
Um. Ah! Darn
I
it.
missed it.
I went too many.
I was lucky.
25,000.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I went too high.
Renee
Yes.
gave people a chance to catch up a little bit there.
Oh my God.
Can she hold on? All right. Here we go. Next question. Which is not one of the main 4 food groups for elves and elf?
Oh. Ah,
Oh my gosh.
I
Marshmallow.
I really suck at this game. I don't know shit about holiday
Ah!
stuff.
You should have said marshmallows. Darn it.
I think of the thing. Oh yes.
Oh no.
Candy
Whoops.
cane syrup. He put syrup on spaghetti. Even.
Yeah, I remember the syrup.
Just take that, Zizo.
Yeah.
Done with you. Can Walt hold the spot or catch Renee?
We'll see.
I got three
Oh.
questions. The
Two more
pressure's
questions.
on.
I'm just making it
pressure.
feel like a real contest, so I held back.
All this TV watching is finally paying off.
Here we go. How many candles are on a menorah?
Yikes.
Got to keep this a balanced game.
Oh,
That was a guess.
and I just watched a movie about Hanukkah.
Right? Had no idea on that one.
I knew it was
It's
odd.
mine. Darn it. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Weed is
Only
getting
three.
smaller.
Okay, Walt is catching up to you, Renee.
There's
Uh-oh.
only 2 questions left.
They better not be
Enough to-
about sports, because then I'm really screwed.
You
It's
and I
about
both.
holidays. You're safe, Renee. Here we go. In A Christmas Story, what does Ralphie want for
Oh,
Christmas?
geez.
I watch this every year.
I love that one.
I have no idea on this one.
You'll
The
shoot your
official
eye
Red
out.
Ryder carbon
You'll shoot your
action
eye
shot
out.
range model air rifle. He's gonna shoot his eye out. And
Damn,
Renee
Renee.
saved her game.
Oh,
And for the final question,
This is worth double points, right?
Oh, wow.
should have been. Four-sided top is traditionally played during
Oh.
Hanukkah.
What?
I'm hearing the song.
Dreidel, dreidel. And our podium, our third place finisher is Zizo.
Yeah.
Second place, Walt. And the champion of 2021,
Yay, Renee!
Renee.
That was so much fun, you guys.
This was
Oh,
fun.
cool. Look, our
This was
runners up,
fun.
Monique and Janine. How cool is that?
Oh, so cute.
I want to take
Very
a
well
moment
done.
to thank my wife who makes us watch Christmas movies every day from Thanksgiving to Christmas. Has well prepared me for this.
And just so you know, who came fourth?
Monique and
Monique.
Janine.
Monique. So yeah, Monique will be our
Hey.
third person because, full disclosure, I was part of the development, so I shouldn't have been in the game. So Monique, you are.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So
my
Monique is our third
goodness.
person.
Yay,
Oh,
cool.
I'm so thankful that my husband loves Hallmark Christmas movies as much as
Oh, I do too.
Yeah,
That's
you
awesome.
are lucky. Mine doesn't.
All right,
Zizo,
Tim.
you didn't do
What was
much
that?
better the second time around, Zizo.
Did I do much better?
You didn't
No.
do much better.
That's funny.
This
All
was
right,
great, you
so
guys.
thank you
This was
guys
fun.
for participating. Yep. We hope you enjoyed our fun
That's
holiday
fun.
trivia game. So yeah, let's move on.
I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be right back.
All right, cool. All right, so we want to kind of wrap up, talking about what's coming in 2022. We're going to need all your support, especially for our board members. There's 3 things that we're thinking of, and maybe we can get some of your ideas and comments. We're going to start off our ATDCFL Vendor Spotlight. And I want to share this with you. One of the things that we did at ATDIs was when we were very engaged, with the activities, but I took time to go to the exhibition hall and, was able to meet with a lot of vendors, which, we made contact, we exchanged some information, and a lot of them are willing to come in and, showcase their products and services with our membership. So we're working on that. Between Janine and Janet, we've been able to establish some contacts. In fact, she just spoke with TrueScribe, one of a new company in the L&D space, and they are willing to do an event with us probably in January or February. So more to come on that, but that's going to be another big thing that we want to start or resume come 2022. And if you notice, this year we've not really been able to get the super interesting groups, that's our SIGs, up and running, just because there wasn't too much engagement from the membership this year as far as our programs. And we want to think it's as a result of Zoom fatigue. So we kind of slowed down on programming towards the end of the year, just for that reason, because we were having speakers come in and we'd have 2 or 3 people show up in the events, and it didn't really, work well. So we kind of slowed things down towards the end of the year. So hopefully next year with Wild, with ICE, we have a lot of things that we hope will re-engage our membership. And the SIGs are going to be one area that we think we can focus on and will help us in that area. And then last but not the least, we also intend to revive our blog. So we want to ask anyone, in the audience who is good with content creation or curation, this will be a good avenue for us to, share articles and, get our membership, involved with, trends and, new ideas or new concepts in the field of L&D. So more to come, on that, but, these are plans that we have for 2022. I don't know if anyone wants to share. Walt or Scott, do you have anything to add?
Mine's coming up in a little bit, so I'll.
All right.
Okay.
I'll defer to Walt.
Thanks,
Okay,
Scott.
cool. All right, so then we'll move on to Walt. Walt has, some more information for us as far as his ideas for programming for 2022. So I'll pass it on to Walt at this point.
Yeah, thanks, Cizo. And I've been around long enough to know that, my ideas aren't always the best ideas. So when I share this, please give me your feedback. If you've got some ideas, I've long been a believer that many minds are much better than just one. So think of this as kind of a proposal, and we'll iterate as needed, but hopefully it's something that may work well for us. So let's Cizo, let's go to the next slide. So I think with any kind of training endeavor, the first thing we want to start off with is an assessment, right? Where are we at? What do we need to do? Any good training plan looks at where a person is performing and what it is they're doing, what we want them to do, and then our job is to develop training to help bridge that gap. So, fortunately for us being part of this great organization, ATD has kind of done that for us with the capability model, right? The capability model kind of outlines what a well-rounded, developed learning professional would look like. So that's kind of the starting point. I'm assuming that most people here are already aware that online on ATD, there is a self-assessment where you could go in, and I forget how long it is. I'm thinking like 15, 30 minutes, answer a bunch of questions, and it'll let you know, where your strengths are, looking not only at the capability model and the 3 domains, but all of the capabilities underneath that and what areas you need to work on. So that's really kind of the starting point of what we want to talk about for 2022. And Cizo, if you go to the next slide, this is a report that we got from National. So we've had so far 43 people from ATD Central Florida who have actually done the self-assessment. And this is kind of a conglomeration of their scores. So you can see the domains are on the left, building personal capabilities in green, developing professional capabilities in blue, and then in yellow, we've got impact and organizational capability. And so everybody, and all the capabilities that fall under those domains, and then the average proficiency score for everybody who's filled this out. So this is an area that we're going to encourage in 2022, more people to fill out if they haven't done so already. And the other thing I think we'd like to do that we've been kicking around is, this is, kind of where we're at now, and have everybody kind of by the end of the year, go ahead and reassess. What does that do? It gives us data then on whether or not people are actually growing as a result of, the work that we're doing as a group, the training that we bring in, the facilitation, maybe even, coaching and pointing people in different places. I'm very data driven. 20 plus years in the military have really honed that in on me. And so this to me is our starting point. And then where we land a year from now, we'll see whether or not we've made gains. And as you look, lifelong learning came in at 70%. So that's kind of an area that everybody collectively, seems to be doing the best in, all the way down to the bottom, data and analytics. So if, as learning professionals, if my boss came to me and showed me something like this and said, all right, what are you going to do about this? What can we do to help move the needle? Obviously, the first place I'd want to start off with is data and analytics, because that's an area of weakness. And we've already agreed that these are all important. That's why they're here. So it just makes sense, right? If I'm going to do an ROI on investment, you kind of start with the biggest gap. And so that's kind of what went into coming up with the next slides. These are when we pop on over. The idea is to kind of put together almost like a learning plan And if you look at the top, we've got all three of the domains on the top. So impacting organizational capability, developing professional capability, and then building personal capability. So all three domains, and then all the capabilities are underneath those, each of their domains, and they're really kind of put in order. So the area that scored the lowest, data and analytics, are on the top, and then the areas that scored the best, like if you look, the bottom right-hand corner, there's lifelong learning, because collectively we're doing pretty well. And so the idea is to put together training following, this is almost like a learning plan that we can then use for our organization or for ATD Central Florida. And it's kind of set up in such a way that people have choices. So if you look 2022 Q2, the idea would be to offer 3 different kind of training topics: data and analytics under impacting organizational capability, technology application under developing professional capability, and then under building personal capability, collaboration, and leadership. And so any team member, anybody in ATD Central Florida could sign up for one of these, or if they really wanted to, they could sign up for all 3. The idea would be to offer these on different days of the week and at different times, so that if somebody was new to the organization or new to training, they really just wanted everything they could get, boom, we've got that for them. And I'll go over how long it would take for them to kind of go through all the content. Whereas somebody else who's really busy and just wants to, they want to kind of keep abreast and get to know people and things like that, they can just sign up for one of them a quarter. So we're kind of built in that flexibility. The other thing I'm thinking of is, instead of just doing a 1-hour thing at, say, noon on some day, touch on it and then move on to another topic, why don't we spend some time on each of these topics? People, I think, learn better when you're covering the same topic over time. And so instead of doing it like one topic a month, the idea is that we would focus on each of these for a quarter. So really looking at for 3 months, and we'll go into a little bit more detail on that. But if you kind of break it out the way I've got it here, starting in Q2, and why Q2? Because if we all think this is a good idea, we need Q1 to develop the content, basically. So that's why it's kick it off in Q2. We could go through the whole capability model by 2024 Q1 and cover all the topics. And then in my mind too, if we videotape and record these, then we can put them on YouTube or something else, so that if somebody joins our organization, say halfway through, they really want data and analytics, we have a place that we can point them to until we hit it again, 3 years later, or until ATD changes the capability model, which they like to do every 5 or 6 years. So from an organization, does that kind of all make sense? And Anita, if you look, 2023 Q2, we got coaching there under developing professional capability. So I may be giving you a call when we get close to that. But anyway, we'll get there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right.
Anyone who have any comments or questions?
And I got more detail. This is just kind of the initial calendar, so to speak, and the framework. And as more people do their self-assessment after we finish a quarter, we may find that, consulting and business partnering wasn't nearly as good as we thought, and that's changed. And so now let's, reorganize this. But this is just kind of a game plan. But the idea would be we wouldn't cover something a second time until we've covered all of the topics. So.
And I don't know if you see the chat wall, but Anita's saying call her and get with her and sing too.
That was what I was hoping to hear, Anita. Thanks.
Absolutely. And I love this plan. And what I like most about what I heard is that you're going to stay in the same theme or topic, because you can't get it all into application if all you're hearing about it is one time.
Yep, that's my thought.
So
and having
really
been on some of those things when they're only an hour long, 2 weeks later, I'm like, what was that? I don't even remember, right? Retention's what, 15% at best. So by hitting it over again, I'm hoping that we can kind of really dive in deeply. Let's go to the next slide. I got a couple more details on what this kind of looks like, but I wanted to give you guys kind of the overall framework. So I'm going to start in the bottom right-hand corner. I usually like to start top, but let's start on the bottom right-hand box. So I'm calling these modules. We can call them whatever, but these classes modules. The idea would be that they would meet on a 2-week cadence. So either like the first and third Tuesday of the month or the second and fourth. I think every week is probably way too much for people, and it can really become, overwhelming. But I think once a month is not enough to really kind of get something out of it. So I think by doing something like this and having that kind of set cadence, people kind of get used to it, and it's, at a quantity that I hope is manageable. The other thing, again, like I said, my hope is to offer them at different times of the day or at different days of the week. It'll ultimately be up to whoever signs up for that session. The thought would be they would meet first kind of administratively and, hey, let's do the second and fourth Tuesday at noon, or hey, 6 p.m. on Friday. Well, I don't think anybody's going to do Fridays, but you get the idea of it. So by doing it for a quarter, then there would be a total of 6 sessions. And I think that that's probably a good amount of time. So you're talking about 6 hours to cover a particular capability. And I was also thinking that towards the end, one of those sessions could be devoted to an external speaker. So just as a change of pace and give an opportunity for speakers to, talk about their area of expertise and to, kind of bring people in and get us in contact with hopefully some of the real qualified people in these different areas. I'm looking for the sessions to last anywhere from 60 to 90 minutes. And what's critical, though, is I don't want it to be all content. I think sat through these things, or I don't know about you guys, but if somebody starts talking for 60 minutes, I'm going to probably, a little secret, I'm sure we all do it, turn the camera off, and now I'm multitasking. And I don't think that's really a benefit to anybody. So I like there to be a lot of breakout sessions, like maybe every 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. Like I've already gotten to know you guys a little bit better than I did an hour or two ago, just, by doing the Christmas game and just chatting ahead of time. So going through the ALC a couple of weeks or months ago, one of the primary reasons why people join organizations like ours isn't to just learn and develop, but to meet people within that profession. And since we can't do it face-to-face, or, it's not as easy as it at least used to be, and not everybody's comfortable, by doing something like this, where they have a breakout session and you're put into groups of 6 to 8 people, my hope is you'll get to know the people in that session, at least for that hour. Whether or not we want them to be the same groups for 5 or 6 of the sessions, we can kind of discuss. So that's kind of my thoughts. So that's why 33% of the time. So roughly, if it's an hour long, 20 minutes of breakout and interaction. If it goes 90 minutes, then, roughly about a half hour. So, and that would give the people also delivering the content enough time to cover it. And, and then as I talked about, encouraging people, if they finished one of these areas of topics, maybe we have them go back to the self-assessment and now say, hey, before you scored a 34, and hopefully now you're at a 55 or a 70 or 80, then that's at least some kind of data that we know that from an educational perspective, the training was successful, right? And to me, as training professionals, that's what we need to do, right? Deliver the training, and then we want beyond just the first level of the smile test. Unfortunately, we can't go to the businesses and get some kind of ROI, which I think is the 3rd or 4th level. But at least we could at least get some data that shows that they feel like their competencies or their capabilities have increased. And then content-wise, the talent development book of knowledge is going to be the foundation. That's really where at least those 5 sessions should kind of spend their time. The idea that anybody who is planning on preparing for or taking the CPTD, and Anita, I have a hard time saying it myself, or the APTD, this should really be another tool that they can use in preparation for that. So that's kind of the logistics behind it. Any questions on all of that? Okay. Then
I have a question, Walt, but I like the plan. I really like the plan.
Thanks, Anita.
Yeah, I was going to add to that, Anita. I think it's a great foundation. And I think it's really going to be an incentive, for lack of a better word, to really be proactive and put it out there with these different options that we're providing. I think we need to noodle on, I like the 6 per quarter. because I'm in total agreement that the 6 per quarter really is going to resonate and it's going to stick, right?
Yeah, so
we probably-
Janine, actually, it would be 3 a quarter. And
3 a
so
quarter?
I'm glad you brought that up,
Yeah.
so I can clarify. So if I'm planning for 6 teams, but 3 teams would be in the developmental phase where they would have a quarter to develop it. And then 3 teams would be in the delivery phase. And the thought then is that they would kind of leapfrog.
Okay, no, that makes really good sense. No, okay, yeah, thank you for that clarity. I think what we really need to probably noodle on as a team and a group as well would be the 60 to 90 minutes and what that would look like. And the reason I say that is because of the scheduling of like some of these individuals or the members per se. Maybe it's like a 90-minute, I love breakout sessions, maybe a 90-minute once a quarter. I don't know. I don't even know what that would look like, but I love where you're going with this. But I'm just thinking time-wise, because I know some of you guys were in the sessions. These are the one that we did with the assessment strengths, which was brilliant. How long was that? We didn't
90
have
minutes.
it was 90 minutes and
Mhm.
it was brilliantly executed. I think we probably should have done more marketing on it, but we just didn't have a lot of people. And it begs the question of like, okay, this was a wonderful opportunity for people to come together. And again, I think we should have done more marketing on it, but I really love where you're going with this. Wal, I really think it's really great execution that
If you guys
I'd
think
like to add
90
to that.
minutes is too long, let me know. I mean, I'm trying to,
Yeah.
ballpark it. I'm
Right.
thinking
Right.
more like an hour, but I don't want to, it's 60 minutes, we got to stop.
Yeah,
Knowing
exactly.
that
And I
people will
mean-
drop off if need be.
And totally agree with that, because I think you don't want to shortchange the learner, right? Or the participant. So yeah, I really love where you're going with this. I do. I really do.
And I think one of the things that, impressed me with Walt's idea is we want to make it member driven or participant driven, not necessarily facilitator driven. So that way they have more buy-in and more engagement. So, and that's why I'm happy that we'll have a whole quarter to plan it out, flesh it out. So Janine, we're probably going to co-opt you into that, development team, since it looks like you have some ideas that you can share, but more to come on that. I want to be respectful of our time.
Yeah, totally. Because I just think too, one more thing, what I love about it with guys is I think it's the WIFM, the what's in it for me. And I love the gauge of the analytics of like that assessment to start off to set that foundation, right? And then at the very end, it's like, oh, let's go ahead and reassess to see where that value add is. So I love that.
Thanks, Janine. Yeah, I'm a big
Love
fan
it.
of that.
Because it's definitely the WIFM. It's like the participants like, this is about me. And I see that, and they can basically even take that to their organization. It's a wonderful toolbox to be able to have, which is justifiable.
And in my mind, one of our goals, and I know I'm going to get the breakdown hopefully within the week of how many people are actually certified and how many are not. But I'm guessing that over half our population probably is not certified. And so this gives them another tool or option to prepare for certification. And so I think, that would be in my mind, a huge value added. And for those who are certified, those are the people I'm going to call first to say, hey, so if you need some annual credits to maintain your certification, I got something for you. You can help us in the development and execution of this. And you can see in the middle box, I'm kind of looking at teams of maybe 5 to 6 people, 1 or 2 instructional designers so they can work on really the front end of developing the content, and then 1 or 2 facilitators who will then, they're still all part of the same team, but now the facilitators will be help delivering the content. But then it all work together, so they all kind of know, what works for kind of both sides of the house. And I even kind of put in a coach on the team, because who knows what kind of coaching, and hopefully people are signing up, because this is a known area of need within their development and, their professional development. And so maybe a little light coaching could be useful. And then I don't know about you guys, I'm still kind of IT dumb on some of this stuff. So maybe an IT expert.
More to come. Yeah, more to come on that. And, these are just ideas that we have. And, we still have our board meeting for the month of December. So we'll flesh them out a lot more. And, we'll definitely keep the conversations going.
Just another comment on this. I think these are really nicely laid out ideas. And I think everybody here loves it. Something that I think would be helpful to even let's say promote engagement is to form a focus group, a simple, very simple focus group from members to get their point on this, even if nothing changes, even if that, because it's pretty well laid out. But just getting views and opinions and see how they see it, pros and cons, time devoted, etc., from a focus group, small, let's say,
we
number
could
of our
do that. Heidi, and
members.
you remember, not to jump in because I want to be cognizant. We have about 3 minutes left. But yeah, we have one of the things, or one of the areas we've struggled with is feedback from the membership. Yeah, I mean, how many people we send out messages to the membership, we hardly get responses. So yeah, it's a good idea, but we'll probably try it out. We have the first quarter to do that, and we'll see if the members are willing to form those focus groups. But I think that would be something that won't hold us back. We'll still move forward with it and hopefully see if it resonates. But yeah, I just want to be mindful of our time. We're right there on time, so let's just keep it moving.
Right. I was talking about just one focus group before,
before
laying out the whole plan, not necessarily several, just one,
Okay.
and just to include more people in it and get them more engaged.
Yeah, we'll definitely look at that, and I think more discussions can come up around that, as we plan for it. But thanks so much, Heidi, for that. All right, so the last thing we want to do is our awards for the night. We usually have the awards. Unfortunately, this year we didn't have enough data to come up with a speaker of the year, a member of the year, because of course we didn't have sufficient events to be able to come up with that data. So we're just given one award this year. And I'm happy to announce that, Elizabeth Castaneda came out, as the volunteer for the year. So we want to, congratulate Anita. Elizabeth. Unfortunately, it looks like she was not able to attend today, but Elizabeth has been with the chapter for a really long time. And she's actually left Central Florida. She moved to Seattle. But despite the fact that she's no longer in Central Florida, she has stayed engaged. She's our director of social media. You just need to go to Twitter, LinkedIn, and Facebook and see the tremendous work that she's doing to keep us, out there. So, if you guys have a chance, send her congratulations. But, she's our volunteer of the year for 2021. All right, so moving on. Just a quick reminder, ATD ICE 2022 is going to be holding May the 15th through the 18th. So again, if you want to volunteer, please go ahead and fill out the sign-up sheet. It's on we have a tab for it on our website. We're also in Employee Week, and this was the event we wanted to have so that we could get the word spread out. So within your individual organizations, we still have a couple of days left for Employee Learning Week 2021. There's actually a form on the national website where you can go and celebrate any activities that your organization has done during this week to celebrate your employees. So please feel free to check that out on the TD website. Oops, I went back instead of going forwards. And of course, if you have both national and local chapter membership, you are POWER members. So we want to encourage any of our members right now that are not, both local and national members to, make an effort to do that, because you'll be able to benefit from, the resources that we offer as a local chapter and, some of the resources that, national offers as well. And then, of course, our Volunteers campaign is on there. We want to, continue to work on succession planning. As it stands, we still don't have a president-elect. So, if you know of anyone who could fill that role, we are still looking to fill our VP of membership, our president-elect slot. So please let us know if you have someone that you can nominate. We're always welcome to bring in new volunteers to help us out. So on that note, I know we've stretched it out by a minute. We want to thank you so much for your time this evening, and we hope that you all had fun. But before we sign off, I'll just let, Scott or Walt say one or two last words. If I missed anything, please go ahead and chime in at this point.
Zizo, I think you've done a great job. I want to appreciate you for president going 2 years running and going on year number 3. So thanks everybody for coming out. It was fun. I'm excited to be part of the board, and Walt's got some big ideas, and hopefully 2022 is much improved. And hopefully I see some of you in person.
Yes, and that's going to be a big thing for us in 2022. Hopefully we'll begin to transition gradually into in-person events, but more to come on that.
I had fun tonight. Merry Christmas to you guys, and nothing more to add that Scott and Zizo hasn't already covered.
All right, well, thank you so much. Does anyone have any comments before we sign off? Anita, Renee? Our past president?
Thank you all. Thank you all for everything that you do. Zizo, you are badass, okay?
Thank you
I'm
so
going
much.
to tell it like it is. You are badass. So thank you for everything you do. All of you are just super, super. And thank you for keeping us alive.
Awesome. And I
Zizo,
just
you're
want
an
to
awesome
say,
leader. You really are. I mean, you truly are an awesome leader. People love
thank you.
working with you, and yeah, you're amazing.
Thank you. And as we close, I just want to say Rosa couldn't be here because of an emergency. So she's out in New Jersey, but she regrets that she could not attend tonight, but she said to send her love.
She's also
All right.
badass. She's your second
Amazing.
badass, right?
All right.
Pray
Well,
for
Bye,
her.
everybody. Love you
you
all.
guys have a good night. And if we don't
Bye.
see, Merry Christmas.
Have a great night,
Merry
great holiday.
Christmas.
Thanks, everybody.
Happy
This was
holidays.
great.
See you
guys
next
Thank you.
year.
Bye.
Bye-bye.